So good to see everybody here today. I'm here to talk about the OCLC Research Library Partnership, who we are, what we do, and then any questions I can answer for you. So, the OCLC Research Library Partnership is a transnational network of about 125 research libraries. I think that the fact that we're transnational is one of the things that makes us distinctive among organizations that are like ourselves. We see ourselves as a collaborative network that allows peers to work with one another to collaboratively identify, solve, and address problems. And another thing that's really distinctive about our group is it allows you, as members, an opportunity to interface directly with OCLC research and our capacities. So here is our vibrant team. We have a very energetic team we are geographically distributed. I should have said I'm Marilee Profit. I'm senior manager for the OCLC Research Library Partnership. I'm based in Oakland, California, and my colleague Rebecca Bryant is also here and will be speaking on the stage here on Friday about some of her work. But this is the group that supports the OCLC Research Library Partnership across our 4 areas of focus: metadata management, unique and distinctive collections, next generation metadata, and research support, and resource sharing, I should say. And I'm going to go through each of these very quickly. We have just a ton of work that we've done, so I'm just going to touch upon some highlights, starting first with metadata managers. So our metadata managers are really at the heart of everything that we do, right? We're at OCLC, so metadata is really at the core of much of what we do. And the metadata managers focus group really helps to drive our work forward. And this is a group of people that are really energized to get down in the weeds with metadata and think about next directions. This group has been really instrumental in helping for OCLC to think about a linked data future, right? So moving from strings into entities, this group has been with us throughout that entire history, working from research and now moving into production. The metadata managers group has really been with this group all along. This group has also really been instrumental in driving home the importance of inclusive, respectful, and anti-racist descriptive practices, and really helped to drive forward this work that culminated last April in this report, Reimagine Descriptive Workflows. This was a convening of experts and practitioners funded by the Mellon Foundation, and we had a published community agenda last year, which helps to instruct our further actions. But originally, this work came from the metadata managers group, who really urged us to take this work on with increased urgency and importance. Looking at special collections, we know that special collections are really changing quite dramatically across research libraries. And for a long time, the OCLC RLP has invested quite a bit of effort in special collections, looking at challenges around digitizing and making those collections accessible, looking at challenges around time-based media like audiovisual collections, which present perennial challenges for research libraries. And of course, born digital collections are something that research libraries are increasingly dealing with. And we have done research and published reports in all of these areas. So invite you to take a look at that and also participate in ongoing discussions and webinars on those topics. One of our most recent reports is this report and accompanying toolkit, The Total Cost of Stewardship, which really helps to address what we saw as an imbalance across partner institutions between collecting ambitions of an institution and then their capacity to be able to responsibly steward collections in their care. So it's that kind of mismatch between the collecting imperative of special collections and then the technical capacity that an institution has to be able to drive that forward. So this total cost of stewardship report and toolkit helps for people to have those conversations, those honest conversations within their institution, and to be able to talk about a responsible way forward, a way to be able to right-size special collections. So I really commend this report and this toolkit to you to help you look at those imbalances in your institution if they exist. And some forthcoming work in May of this year will be finishing up 2-year-long research project where we have been partners on the National Archival Finding Aid Network, or NAFAN project. This is a project that's been funded by IMLS and led by the California Digital Library. We have done a very in-depth analysis of a large corpus of EAD finding aids. We've done qualitative focus groups with archivists to understand their challenges and their pain points, and we've done individual interviews with archival end users. And this will all culminate in a series of reports that will be out in May that will really help to guide the NAFAN project going forward, and I think critically also inform the special collections community about challenges that we see for archivists, but also for end users. And happy to talk more about this in depth. I'm one of the team members that's on this. The area that Rebecca leads is our research support. So within the research support remit for research libraries is really quite broad and encompasses a broad range of things, including things like scholarly communications, research information management, research data management, bibliometrics, a whole wide range of topics. And we have a really substantial number of publications to help guide in this area where the RLP has, again, been instrumental in helping to shape the agenda here. One of the most recent outputs is this study of research information management in the United States with some impactful case studies to help back this work up. One of the things that I want to emphasize in this work is that one of our co-authors on this report, Jan Franson from the University of Minnesota, spent her sabbatical with us. So this is one thing that we really encourage within the OCL-CRLP, is bringing people from the research community in, and you can spend your research time supported by OCLC research. So that is something that we offer within our cohort. A topic that we've been taking up where we find that there is quite a bit of interest is around bibliometrics and research impact. And we've had a number of webinars, blog posts, et cetera, in this, including topics like how do you establish a team to help support this new and evolving information. And we had just recently a really very vibrant conversation around the importance of addressing bias in research analytics. And you can see there are some of the institutions that have been involved in driving this work forward. And then the final area that I want to cover is our resource sharing consortium within the OCL-CRLP, which is SHARES. This is a program that is for members of the OCL-CRLP. Of our 125 institutions, we have 75 that are represented in SHARES. They're from the US, Canada, the UK, and the Middle East. It's a real wide range of different types of institutions. So all of these are considered to be research libraries, but they all come together under the SHARES umbrella. And one thing I'd like to highlight is the SHARES executive group, because I think that the range of institutions that you see here, both in terms of institutional type, institutional size, and geographic distribution, is really it really showcases the kind of diversity that we have within the OCL-CRLP. So we have law schools, law school libraries, we have art libraries, we have large public libraries, and some museum libraries. So I think this is really a representative of the types of institutions that we bring together within the RLP. SHARES is really more than a resource sharing network. It's a trust network, and it really functions as a laboratory for making ILL practice better. We've seen a lot of really innovative ILL practices come out of SHARES, and just a broad range of outputs. I'm going to share two examples for you. One is the most recent output from the Research Library Partnership, and the most recent publication from OCLC Research is Sustaining Art Research Collections, which looks at how art libraries and art research collections broadly construed can think about their collections collaboratively, and can think about both, this is backed up by both holdings within WorldCat, but also ILL data, and helps to really show that there is an active network of a collective collection for art libraries already going forward. And this work was very much inspired by activity from within Shares and from within our art libraries within Shares specifically. And then Shares also had an impact by making suggestions to the new ILL code, adding some language about accessibility. This was a topic that was a very rich conversation that was going on within Shares, is the importance of making non-returnable materials accessible. So that material, those Shares discussions wound up rolling right into the ILO code. So in short, the OCLC-RLP supports a broad range of practices within research libraries. It's a great way to stay engaged in up-to-date research, to really help to influence and inform the research that we do, to get together in groups of like-minded peers and have facilitated discussions, and to learn virtually and globally. And I'll just close with a quote from one of our colleagues from University of Bath. This is even before the pandemic. As somebody who had really limited ability to be able to travel with limited professional development skills, she really valued our virtual engagement opportunities and ways to be able to stay up to date with research, just engaging from her desk, as she said. So that's it for me. I'm happy to answer any questions that anybody has about the OCLC-RLP, and thanks for coming and listening today.